Crisis and Opportunities. It runs from 3:30 to 5-ish. A crisis in the past, and what are their actions and their experiences that can inform our current circumstances. So when we're talking about those actions and experiences, we're thinking of strategies or tactics or what has been effective. And really, like other roundtables, we want to bring those together and identify them as ways to inform our activism. And like other roundtables, we do have 5 dynamic participants. They'll have each 5 to 10 minutes each. And when I introduce them, you'll see the range of experiences that they bring to the table today. And we want to emphasize that it's not necessarily on self-promotion, but that what they're focusing on is what tactics that we can bring together and what form of activism, what kind of policy participation was effective or not, and why. And what those kind of examples do you think that can provide us for the conference participants to learn from and build on. So I'll introduce the participants. They're going a little slightly different on the program, so you may want to put number 1, number 2 I'm going to speak for how they're going to start to present. And our first presenter will be Bob Hackett, a professor at SFU. And as he was an essential member of our first public forum, if you were able to be there last night at Ryerson, and he referred to the current challenges in our environment that included our physical environment and our cultural environment. Bob has worked on many projects on media and democracy in terms of his publications and has put this into practice with openmedia.ca, which he's going to speak on today. The second presenter will be Cathy Edwards. And Cathy, I have to say that you don't know it yet, but we used you as we had inspiration from you when you were speaking on the current to the VP Rogers, because while Sonia and I, for example, were swearing at our kitchen table at what the Rogers person clearly thought that they had complete ownership and control and could do that, you spoke very eloquently and in support of what does public media mean. So thank you for that. So Cathy is with the co-founder with Michael Lithgow. Where are you? No, Michael Lithgow who with CACTUS is Canadian Association of Community TV Users and Stations, and she will be speaking about what they do. And our third presenter is Megan Boler. And she's the Associate Chair and Full Professor in the Department of Theory and Policy Studies. I love those two combinations, Theory and Policy Studies at OISE and the University of Toronto. And her current research is on motivations of online political procedures. And she has her own conference planned, the DIY Citizenship, and this information is on the back of the program as far as the website and what her work entails. The last, but then I have Michael Goodman, and Michael Goodman is to the right of Bob, and Michael Goodman is a long-term media activist. He was talking to me last night about one of the founders of Vancouver Co-op Radio in the late 1970s. Early 1970s, and he and his partner are heads of the Henry and Ruth Goodman Foundation for Social and Ecological Justice. And his current project, Smart Change, in which he will speak to be what is effective in it and why. And last but not least, we have Ian Morrison from Friends of Canadian Broadcasting. And founding member, is your 25th anniversary this year? Yes? Yes, and advocate of Canadian Broadcasting and very much in the CRTC hearings and a very active information on the website. And Ian, which I didn't know, was also Executive Director of the Canadian Association of Adult Education. So we have a lot to draw on and a lot of experiences that we look forward to hearing from you. As I said, I will give you a sort of a 2-minute warning after your 10 minutes, but please, if we can start, Bob, if you want to come up, please.